Everybody loves a good bratwurst and schnitzel, but today we're venturing off into the more, how can I say this, unique German foods that might make you squirm a little bit. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I am Donnie, and along with my wife Aubrey, we are two Americans currently living in Germany with our baby and sharing all of our experiences living and traveling throughout Europe. I love German food, and we eat it fairly regularly. We've talked about a few of our favorite dishes before, but there have been a few German items that we have seen over the last 3 years of living in Germany that we haven't gotten the guts up to try, and I say guts because some of these dishes are actually guts. This includes one of the most recommended dishes for us to try that Americans think isn't even possible to eat: raw pork. And that's exactly what we are going to eat today in our video. Feeling feeble, but today we try a met eagle. So just a small disclaimer. Where I'm from in the US, Oklahoma, we have our share of strange food. For example, like what we call calf fries or lamb fries. These are deep fried bull testicles. But here's the thing, even with being born and raised in Oklahoma, I have never eaten these, and yet I always see videos or blogs online about food in Oklahoma, and they always eat calf fries as if that's what Oklahomans eat every day. So, to be fair, not all of these dishes are beloved dishes all across Germany, as some may be specific to our region, and some may be kind of unique items the average German wouldn't eat regularly. However, a couple of these are staples of German cuisine, and some of Germany's most famous dishes, like this first one. So this first dish, I have to admit, it is something that I have actually tried before, but because of what's coming, I had to kind of start myself off with something that I can feel confident about. But this is Saumagen. And this is one of those dishes I was talking about is very specific to our region here in Germany. In fact, our landlord of our house doesn't live in our area, but about 2 hours away. And whenever he comes in and visits, he has to go to the grocery store and get himself some Saumagen. As he says, it's something that he cannot get in his area. It's almost like whenever we travel back to the US and we want to get something that we can't get in Germany. Well, he's still in Germany and only 2 hours away, but he still cannot get this because it is so specific. But this is stuffed pig stomach. It's stuffed with other parts of the pig and potatoes, boiled potatoes, sometimes carrots, sometimes different types of seasonings, and maybe breadcrumbs. So when I went and got this from the butcher, they literally just picked up a stomach and then just sliced off a end of it for me. And then I just threw it in the pan with some butter and fried it up. And also the former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl, this was his favorite dish. And whenever he had other heads of state come and visit, he always would take them to our region, the Pfalz, and he would have them eat some Saumagen because it was his favorite. So this is a ridiculous way of describing it, but if you're familiar with US breakfast sausages, like Jimmy Dean sausages, it kind of tastes like the sage Jimmy Dean sausage. I don't know if there's sage inside of this. I'll hold it up just so you can kind of see the circular, but you can see this giant circle, that's the shape of the pig stomach that they stuffed it inside of. Unfortunately, when I cooked it, the pig stomach actually fell off, so now it's just kind of this ring. However, to be honest, whenever I eat this, I usually try to take the pig stomach off anyways, because it's kind of chewy. I'm not a big fan of it. But yeah, it tastes like just a giant, delicious sausage. This one, I have to say, sounds really scary, stuffed pig stomach, but in actuality, it's actually really delicious. Okay, the next dish that I have here is one that we've talked about in another video, and it got kind of controversial in the comments because I said that Germans eat horse meat. And I will say, in that video, I mentioned that it is a very local thing. There are very specific regions in Germany that do traditionally eat horse meat and have traditional dishes that are centered around horse meat. I did not say that all of Germany eats horse meat, and I also mentioned that horse meat consumption in Germany is decreasing. And whenever I was looking for an actual horse butcher, it was kind of hard to find one now. There's not too many around. I went to the butcher, and actually I have to show this first. So I went to the butcher and I wasn't really sure what to get at first because I'm honestly kind of intimidated by eating horse for whatever reason. It's just like this mental thing. And the first thing that I thought of getting, because it's just kind of easy, is salami. So they have horse salami, and I love salami. So that's one reason I thought I should get it, but then I thought I'm not really tasting probably like horse like I should. So I got a horse steak as well. So I'm gonna try the horse salami first. It looks just like regular salami, except it's darker, almost has like some black edges to it that normal salami typically doesn't have. So yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's super greasy, but normal salami is pretty greasy too. Let's see horse salami. It's got a pretty smoky flavor, but that could just be like the way they smoked it. So has it been smoked, or does horse have kind of a smoky flavor to it? I don't know. I think sometimes some salami has like a little bit of like slight resistance to it, but this is super, super soft. But if someone gave me that and didn't tell me it was horse, I would just think it's just a really soft, tender salami. But so the horse steak, now I do think they had already marinated this. It wasn't listed, it just said horse steak, Pferdesteak. And so I don't know what's on it, but the meat was significantly darker than like a beef. Whenever I started cooking it, it had a very distinct smell. I don't know that it was like bad or good. It was just very different than any smell that I've had before. And I can't really describe it besides saying it smelled like horse. Super tough. It's almost like an adobo chili flavor, which I think is the marinade on it. So maybe overpowering the steak flavor. I don't know, should it be more tender? Is horse meat known as being tender? Did I just cook the crap out of it and accidentally way overdo it? There's a little bit of pink on this side. I don't think if anybody got this, they would look at it and say, that's horse. They would just think it's beef. But really tough. But I think that's my cooking. Not bad though. Okay, just for a second, let's change it up and talk about something I recently did in Germany that was actually delicious and that Germany does really, really well. I went on an awesome Mosel wine tour and wine pairing class with the sponsor of today's video, Get Your Guide. This tour taught us from seed to bottle how wine is cultivated in our region of Germany and taught us how to perfectly pair wine with a 3-course meal of delicious German food. On this tour, I was surprised to learn that Germany actually restricts how much wine a single vineyard can produce to ensure German wine quality remains very high by preventing mass production. Doing a tour like this one with Get Your Guide allows you to hear from knowledgeable local experts like these at Weingut Boston. Get Your Guide offers over 60,000 curated experiences in more than 3,600 destinations worldwide, and they make it incredibly easy to search an area you are going and booking a unique experience. Like for this video, I knew I wanted to show you guys delicious German food and wine, so I just searched for experiences in Germany, filtered the interest to drinks, and found exactly what I was looking for. We've used Get Your Guide for tours for years from Spain to Poland because it is so easy to book and you are able to cancel up to 24 hours in advance when your travel plans change. If you guys want to check out this specific tour for yourself, I can highly recommend it, and I will leave a link in the description so you can book it on Get Your Guide. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Why is it? Oh gosh. This next one is liver sausage. This one also, I don't know if it's completely just specifically unique to our region. Let me know in the comments. Germans that live outside of the Rhineland-Pfalz or just the Pfalz region of Germany, is liver sausage something that you eat? Because I know here, oh gosh. Yeah, so at least in the Pfalz, they eat a lot of liver. Liver dumplings, liver sausages, but liver Wurst, or Leberwurst, liver sausage. It actually is not like a sausage, like a bratwurst where you would fry it and then like eat it. I mean, maybe you could, let me know, I don't know. But what I see everybody talking about is taking bread and you spread it on the bread. And then you end up with this like gray, indiscernible paste. Wow, it was a very pungent, strong, almost like sewage smell whenever I opened that up. I'm really nervous about this one. I have tried liver so many times because it plays such a big part of the cuisine in our region. I just never like it, but. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Oh. Okay. Not that bad. Like, I will fully admit, the smell is way worse than the actual taste. There's a little bit left here. I'm gonna get it to try to get the flavor again. I would say surprisingly enough, the liver flavor is like it's not as strong as like in the liver dumplings that I've eaten in our area and stuff. It just kind of tastes like, yeah, just a cream sausage, which is, the texture is kind of weird for me too, that like spreadable texture. So surprisingly not bad. Liver sausage. Not gonna finish it, but not bad. Real quick, guys, I want to take a second just to thank all of our patrons over on Patreon for supporting our channel in the way that they do. And if you guys would like to know ways that you can support our channel, I will leave a link in the description to our Patreon page. But honestly, for the rest of you guys, just hitting that like and subscribe button goes a really long way in supporting our channel, and I would really appreciate it if you did that. But now, let's get back to eating some of these foods. All right, so the next one is the infamous, oh, it's about to drip. Blood sausage. It didn't have a strong smell, but whenever I get close to it, it smells like a very strong, like smoked smell. Almost like it takes me back to like in our area of Oklahoma, there's a lot of people that hunt and will bring back like deer meat, and they'll sometimes smoke the deer meat, make deer sausages or things, but it smells just like a smoked deer sausage. Now I have to admit, I have tried some different varieties of blood sausage in Germany. I've tried like extremely dry blood sausages, and I've also tried not dry blood sausages, kind of like wet, not running bloody sausages, but I've had different experiences with it. So I'm not particularly looking forward to this one, but I need to give it a go again. This is one that, yeah, when you come to Germany, blood sausages, it seems very popular. I'd really be interested in knowing from you guys, how many of you eat these things somewhat on the regular? I mean, blood sausage in and of itself isn't a uniquely German thing. Lots and lots of cultures have a blood sausage. But in Germany, they do have some unique ways of eating it, like a dish, what is it? Himmel und Erde? Ah yes, Himmel und Erde. Mashed potatoes, applesauce, blood sauces, maybe roasted onions, some bacon. If I slice into this, yeah, so there's like white chunks in there. I honestly don't know what the white chunks are. That smells kind of bloody. Here's the thing about Blutwurst that I will say. I do appreciate the fact that Germany calls it what it is. Straight up, it is blood sausage. I hate the whole like English thing of black pudding, because when you call it black pudding, you're making it sound like it's some kind of delicious thing, like in the US we have chocolate pudding, and you think you're gonna want it. I like that they just call it straight out what it is. Don't try to pretty it up. It's blood sausage, all right? It doesn't need to be called anything nice or different. I don't know how to eat this. It's soft, it's oily, kind of wet, kind of springy. Did I put it on bread to mask some of the flavor? No. German Blutwurst going down. The casing. That wasn't flavor. That was mental. That I didn't even really taste. It was mental. My body doesn't want it. German Blutwurst, round 2. Okay. In my mind, I set them up to get progressively worse. That makes me really nervous. Are you kidding me? This next one is Zungenwurst, tongue sausage. So this traditionally is a head cheese. Now I had to look up what a head cheese is, because I'd never heard of that before, even though that is an English thing. But head cheese traditionally is, from what I saw, boiled pieces of pig head that is then formed into a gelatin. And tongue sausage has chunks of tongue, which I think is typically beef tongue, blood, suet. I guess we'll just fold it and go for it. German tongue sausage, head cheese. Down the hatch. So greasy, so moist. Oh! Mind over matter. I at least got that down. I know so much of this is mind over matter. So much of it is. So I think if I have to be honest, that flavor really isn't absolutely terrible. It definitely has like a gelatinous texture. It's very chewy. The tongue, I had to pull it apart. So it was like in all of that time chewing and pulling the tongue, you think about what you're eating. Yeah, the flavor itself kind of smoky, bloody, beefy flavor. I'm a big texture person too, and that texture just puts me off. All right, for this last one, this is one of the kings of German cuisine that freaks Americans out that I'm going to finally try after 3 years. Met. So if you don't know what met is raw minced pork that you spread onto bread. And I think most people will eat this for like breakfast. As you can see, the way that I cooked my horse steak, I usually cook things very well done. I don't like raw. Medium rare is okay. I don't like steak tartare. But also for Americans, this is like a big no-no. Not that they can't do it anymore, but it's just like ingrained in our society that you can get trichinosis. But that apparently comes from pigs eating other pigs and this parasite going through their systems. And therefore you can get it if you don't fully cook the meat. But based off of modern farming practices, that's not really an issue that you have to worry about anymore. So anyways, it's supposed to be healthy and okay to eat, but it's still just so ingrained in our society that in our brains, that you do not eat undercooked pork, that when you hear Germans eat raw pork, you think like, well, you can't do that. That's not safe. And it's like, well, an entire nation does it, so it must be okay. At the beginning of the video, I said we're gonna try a Met Eagle. Well, I'm not really gonna try a Met Eagle. An eagle in German would be a hedgehog in English. And literally, they will take the minced pork and form it into a hedgehog shape, put like olives as a nose and eyes, and then put onions, yellow onions as like the spikes, or sometimes pretzel sticks as spikes, and it's kind of like this centerpiece to a party, I guess. But I'm gonna try one bite without the onions, and then I'll try another bite with the onions to see how it is. My first time ever having raw or even undercooked pork. Here we go. It's a texture thing. 100% a texture thing. Oh, that creamy meat texture is just weird. I think the flavor is okay. Okay. Let's try a bite with some onions. Not for me. Not for me. To see who made it this far into the video, the random question of the week is pancakes or waffles? Which would you rather eat? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we will see you in our next video. I hope you guys realize I'm not a foodie. I will try foods because it's such an important part to culture, but I'm not a big foodie guy. I'm more of an experiences type of person. I want to meet Germans. I want to learn about their culture. I want to interact with their culture and their festivals and things. I'm not a foodie though. I'm okay with peanut butter and jelly. I don't eat raw pork and onions.